As the marching band finishes the Star Spangled Banner, we welcome you to historic Crocker Field here in Fitchburg, where tonight the Red Raiders of Fitchburg High School take on the Chieftains of Nashoba in a Central Mass Division IV semifinal matchup. I'm John Gergety, joined as always by Dave Clark and Mike Flynn. Mike, we got a chance to look at some highlights of what has been a very impressive season for the Red Raiders right at the top of the broadcast.
Yeah, they started the season slowly, especially here at home, but boy, they've been on fire the last couple of weeks. One only hopes tonight that they start in the first quarter and not take the first half off and try to have to rally in that second half as they have the last 2 weeks.
This is the MIA coin because they pay the bills. That's the heads.
We thought all day that it was going to be wind and rain and everything, but it turned out to be cold.
It is a tail.
And a little bit of a breeze, but not bad.
The first and the second half.
Things have worked out pretty well getting ready to game time.
Straight line right there. Straight line, yeah.
Teams are at midfield for the coin toss.
Red's going to receive. Gentlemen, shake hands. Have a great game.
Nashoba won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so the Red Raiders will get the ball first.
So Nashoba has deferred. The Red Raiders will receive the opening kickoff. Starting on defense tonight for Nashoba.
We'll see the Fitchburg offense first. Before we dive too deep into this game, we do, of course, have a little business to take care of. We want to thank the football underwriters who make this and every game here on FATV possible. And they include IC Credit Union, found on 300 Bemis Road in Fitchburg. Fitchburg State University, 160 Pearl Street in Fitchburg is their headquarters. Red Apple Farm, 455 Highland Ave in Phillipston. There's also North End Subaru Mazda, 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg. Also in Lunenburg is where you can find Grand Rental Station on 88 Massachusetts Avenue. Of course, there's also Romano's Market, 138 Harvard Street here in Fitchburg. And last but not least, the Nashoba Valley Medical Center, 200 Groton Road in Air. Thanks to them. They got one extra game out of the deal, Mike. Didn't know when they were signing up that the Raiders were going to be in the playoffs, but here we are. The season continues.
I think it would have surprised some people that they were in the playoffs. It was surprises most people they are the #1 seed in Division IV and get the host here tonight.
They're the #1 seed. If they win this game, they will play the winner of Tantascwa and Groton Dunstable. For the Raiders, it would be a rematch with Tantascwa. They lost here at Crocker Field. But now the opening kickoff is off, and we are underway. That's picked up at about the 15-yard line. Breaks up field, cuts out a one tackle, and is brought down at about the 32-yard line. That's D. Jones with the return for Fitchburg.
Well, these teams have been kind of got a thing going in the last couple of weeks when they've met, so that'll be something the referees want to kind of calm things down before they get out of trouble.
And, of course, it was just 2 weeks ago, Fitchburg coming back from a 15-0 deficit at halftime. They won that game 16-15. That was in Bolton at Nashoba. Raiders want to get started better here. Come out in an interesting variation of the pistol formation here. Graham hands off to Anthony Okendo, running to the left. Not much doing there for him. He's dragged down by Connor Salmon, number 44, the sophomore. We've seen Fitchburg go with 3 men in the backfield from the I formation. That's the first time they did it from that pistol.
Looked like the old reverse wishbone. Was Fitchburg in that game 2 weeks ago had like 13 penalties, so that would be another thing they like to clean up tonight.
Okendo, Devin Barasano, and Liam Spencer in the backfield for the Raiders. Okendo gets the carry on second down, and he runs right into a whole host of Chieftains at the line of scrimmage. No gain, maybe a loss. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, it looks like they got a couple of yards to make it right here.
Apparently the plan 2 weeks ago was just to keep pounding it and wear down the show, but Pittsburgh has better numbers, and they were able to do that in the second half.
It's kind of been the modus operandi for the Raiders all season, Mike. They've really struggled in the first half, but in the third and fourth quarters, they've come on.
It has. And but one of those times you're not gonna be able to catch up in that second half.
Now 3rd down and 11. They go shotgun, trips receivers to the right. Montgomery Graham takes the snap, rolls right, throws long. Almost an arm punt if it's picked off. It is incomplete. It was trying to hit Latrell body. It was well defended by Josh DiGeronimo. The Raiders go 3 and out, Dave.
Yeah, here's that placement for you as the quarterback.
Looked like Bodie was going to try to come back, Bodie, excuse me, come back and try to adjust to the ball, just sailed over his outstretched hands.
Montgomery was the, are they going to punt for that?
Justin Comisano will in fact kick it away.
Good snap.
Kick is away, bounces at the 43, picked up on the hop by the Chieftains. That's Joey Sabarin on the return. He's almost out to midfield. I think they're going to spot him right at the 50-yard stripe. It's a pretty good return for the junior running back, Joey Sabarin.
Got a nice room service hop there on that low punt. And runs it back for an additional 10 out to midfield, as John mentioned.
Henry Yang with the tackle for the Raiders. We'll see the Nashoba offense for the first time. DiGeronimo is their quarterback as well as a starter in the defensive secondary. Motion to the far side, and the handoff goes to the motion man. That's Aiden Lee, the carry. And Lee gets out to about the 45-yard line of the Raiders. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Chieftains.
Lee on the jet sweep. Does get around the corner before he's finally hauled down by Giovanni Maroney.
2nd down and 5 now for the Chieftains. Again, Josh DiGeronimo is the quarterback. Gets the play from Jamie Tucker, brings it to his men, and he will lead them to the line. Chieftains have Lee as well as Trevor Shartner in the backfield. This is Lee on the carry again. It's some good initial blocking, plunges forward, and he's got a 1st down at the Fitchburg 39-yard line, but that's enough to move the chains.
It's going to be a 1st down for the Red Raiders. Lee again on the carry.
Pretty much the same play, just no motion that time. Again, Lee able to get around the corner. Picks up 6 and a 1st down.
Chieftains will send Connor Salmon, the fullback, to the sideline, bring in an extra receiver. 1st and 10 for them at the Fitchburg 39-yard line. Just underway here at Crocker Field. 9 minutes to play in the 1st quarter. Option right, quarterback keeps it himself, and DiGeronimo is brought down. He had nowhere to go there. Sam Faulkner with the tackle. Mike, he had the option play, and I think he chose the wrong option here.
I was going to say the same thing. It looked like he had the pitch man as a defensive end committed to the quarterback, but he hesitated and did not pitch it out. It looks like he has Lee here on the option, but he decides to hold it.
It's well covered by Colin Dudek, the linebacker for the Raiders there. He's kind of the guy that the quarterback DiGeronimo is reading. If Dudek had dived towards the quarterback, he would have tossed it out to his running back Lee. But Dudek held his position, left DiGeronimo with nowhere to go. Now 2nd down, Shartner the carry. Gets across the 35, mark him down at about the 33-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 4 for the Chieftains.
Pittsburgh defense looking at the motion man Lee, and they sneak the fullback right up the middle on a quick trap play. Shatner.
Trevor Shartner, the junior, got the carry there. Picked up about 6. It's 3rd and a long 4. Got to think it's 4 down territory for the Chieftains here, Mike.
Unless they lose a couple yards, I agree. I think they go for it.
First carry of the night for Salmon. It's across the 30, but he needed to get to the 29. It'll be 4th and 1. And if I'm a betting man, I think the Chieftains are going to go for it here.
Connor Salmon, 6'2", 220, and he just runs right over the first Fitchburg tackler.
It's actually a bit of an unkind spot. I think he had another half yard or more, but they spot him a full yard shy of the line to gain. Now the Chieftains hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Massive hole right over the center. They're going to hand it off and pick up the 1st down that way. Gave it right back to Connor Salmon, and he picked up the first down.
And he's got the first down.
Back to the big fella on the short yardage. Well blocked over the right side. Didn't have to run anybody over to get that first down.
Thought they were hurrying up just to run a quick quarterback sneak, and it was there. There was nobody on the Raider defensive line lined up over the center. They hand it off to the big running back, Salmon, and he gets the first down. Chieftains moving upstream, 1st and 10 for them at the Raider 28-yard line. Lee and Shartner in the backfield. This is Lee with the carry. Cuts to his left. Not much there, but I think the Chieftains will be happy with it. It's a gain of 3 or 4.
More positive yards. Lee's run that ball to the left 3 or 4 times now.
Nashoba has yet to go to the air. They've yet to have a reason to.
Picks up about 3 at most. Second.
It'll be 2nd down and 7. They're at the Fitchburg 25 as we hit the halfway point in the first quarter. About 5:45 to play. Aiden Lee once again. Bounces off of one man, dives forward. Mike, this is not fancy running, but it is reasonably effective.
Just ground and pound so far. Lee again over left tackle. Interesting tonight, for some reason, the student section, the band, and the cheerleaders have moved down to the left.
Well, they were down there for the overtime last week, and
Some feel good about staying down there because they won last week's game. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was superstition or
Remember
what?
that last year and
But
the year
they've been
before it
there, but
happened?
they've been there down the other end for eons.
Yeah.
Shartner, the fullback, gets the carry on 3rd down, and he's got a first. 3rd and 4, they hand it off to the fullback. Credit to the offensive line more than anything.
Shartner gets 3 or 4 yards before he gets any contact.
At the 17-yard line, 1st and 10.
It's another first down for the Chieftains. One thing to watch coming into this game, both of these teams have a pretty solid kicking unit. Obviously the Raiders with Justin Kamasana. Matt Tobin handles field goals and extra points for the Chieftains. Play action fake, DiGeronimo will throw. That pass is low, but it is incomplete. He was trying to hit Nick Ramasco, his tight end. Pass fell incomplete. We'll take a look at it again. What happened here, Dave?
Just simple off to one side, a fake, and a stall it out there and looked for around the 5-yard line and close to a pickoff, but
Can't blame the pass.
a little shy.
Hit him right in the mitts.
He's got to make that catch, I would think.
Right in the mitts.
Break for the Raiders, sets up 2nd down and 10. Nashoba's been gaining their yards in little 3 and 4 yard chunks. They need a bigger one here. Ball is loose and the Raiders fall on it. Trouble on the exchange. Fitchburg gets the turnover. Angel Alejandro is Angel on the spot. A huge play there.
Fitchburg will take advantage of the first mistake of the game. A little trouble with Shackter didn't think he was going to get the ball or not, but went right off his hip.
Yeah, it almost seemed like they were going to play fake to Shartner and then hand it to Lee, but DiGeronimo pulled the ball back too late, so it got caught on Shartner's midsection, fell to the ground, Alejandro falls on it, and the Raiders get a break. Montgomery Graham will keep it himself on 1st down for Fitchburg.
Nice run, got about 10 on that. Still kind of
Very close to the first down. They are going to move the chains. Montgomery Graham picks up a 1st down. Now, Mike Graham has been favoring his right leg for most of the season. He seems to be in pretty good health here.
Does a nice job of running that defensive back right over. He ran Lee right over in downfield to pick up that 1st down.
First down of the night for Fitchburg. Graham from the shotgun. Hands to Okendo on 1st down.
Not sure if they missed the handoff here or not.
I think maybe this was an option play. Like Graham had the choice of whether he wanted to pull it back, but ultimately decided to give it to Okendo. It's almost like they're both, see, they both got their hands on the ball there. It was actually Graham pulling it back.
They ended up both going through the same hole.
Yeah. I guess the thinking there is if Okendo gets swallowed up and Graham sees something, he can break that out wide. He wound up taking it up the middle and picked up 5 there. Now on second down, same basic play call. Graham keeps it himself, picks up 3 or 4. It's almost like Okendo is a very, very tight lead blocker.
Graham's just riding right along on his hip with the ball in his belly, and finally has to make that decision whether to let it go or pull it out and run it yourself. So far it's been effective the last 2 runs.
Picked up 3 there. It'll be third down and about 2. Fitchburg needs to get out to their own 39-yard line. You see on the screen there, they are 0 of 1 already. Handoff goes to the tailback. Absolutely nothing doing there. Devin Barasano might have gotten a yard there. Fitchburg went with that stacked I formation. Got the defensive tackle Spencer, and then Barasano the fullback. Okendo the third man. This time they gave it to Barasano, and Dave, the Raider offense is still on the field here. 4th and 1 at their own 38-yard line.
Here comes a switch now.
Yeah, now they're sending out the punt team. I liked the idea of going for it.
He might have gone up and tried to get them to jump offside. This time of the game, nothing. You don't want to give them momentum and good field position where you don't have to.
Low snap. Kamasana gets it away. End over end kick, take it in at about the 32-yard line, and then immediately wrapped up. That was Aiden Lee on the return, and Gabriel Rivera making the tackle. A little 22-on-22 violence there.
Good high kick, not very long, kicking it against the wind, but good coverage by Fitchburg, and good double teaming on Lee as he gets nowhere on the return.
A little bit of a wind. It is blowing left to right, so it'll be at the Chieftains' back for the remaining 95 seconds of this first quarter. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 32. Nashoba was moving the ball pretty well on that last drive until they basically handed it to Fitchburg. Play action fake. Lee takes the handoff. He's got a big hole. Tripped up as he crosses the 40-yard line. That could have been a lot more than 9 yards. You said it best, Dave. Whoa.
That's a big, there it goes. He's got it. Big hole there.
Mike, that basically looked like the play they ran when they turned it over.
Yep, except they didn't collide this time in the backfield. You know, Fitchburg, Nashoba was running the ball really well with that last drive. Then they tried to throw a pass, and then the next down was a fumble.
I haven't seen this too often. After a first down play, they're bringing in the chains to measure. I mean, I guess you want to get it right, but that's a first down. Okay.
The whole length of the football, you shouldn't need the chains for that. But
it's the playoffs. You want to get it right.
Oh, okay.
It took 30 seconds. They got the call right. Wind the clock. Let's
You mean
play.
you don't want to do the 3-minute NHL review for a millimeter?
1st and 10 Chieftains coming up from their own 42-yard line. Scoreless as we approach the end of the first quarter. Again, folks, this is a Division IV semifinal game. The winner of this game plays for a chance to go to Gillette. First down handoff goes to Shartner. Trevor Shartner, the running back, the ball carrier for Nashoba. A flag comes in after the play.
I guess this is going against Fitchburg.
Fitchburg defense was not happy when they saw the yellow fly.
That ball, personal foul, right hit, defense number 11, tripping out to the end of the run, first down.
Jesus Padilla, guilty of a late hit, will give the Chieftains 15 extra yards and a first down.
Something I know that the coaching staff and players have tried to kind of curbside on that.
Now let's see if we can pick it up. This play went absolutely nowhere.
I don't know if it's going to...
It was in the scrum after the...
See it coming in
right
from
there.
the top of the screen.
It's just stupid.
Let's, play's dead. You should stop shoving people. Whistle blew. Gives the Chieftains the ball 1st and 10 now at the Fitchburg 43. Motion and the Raiders have jumped offside. That's been a recurring theme this season. And will give them 5 more yards.
Yeah, they're only high school kids, and you see the guys that get paid a lot of money on Sundays do the same thing.
Yeah, a couple of times.
But you're right over the ball. The ball's right there. Just can't jump.
20 free yards for the Chieftains without having to do much. Now they're set up 1st and 5 at the Fitchburg 38. DiGeronimo under center. He's got Lee and Shartner in the backfield behind him. This is Aiden Lee trying to find something to the left. Nothing there. Cuts it back upfield, and he's got a few yards. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter of a 0-0 game where Nashoba's really been in control, Mike.
They've been on offense most of the quarter, but nothing to show for it.
That is the end of the first quarter of play.
Our official likes the microphone, doesn't he?
He does. He's good at it.
Yeah, he is. But
Reminds me of the the one and only
Ed Hockley, not
Ed Hockley.
Ed Hockley.
Bill Loftus, though. Greg Bill
Well,
Loftus.
back then, Bill didn't have a microphone.
But he wanted one.
We'd still be doing the game if he had one.
And actually, he was one of the first guys with a wireless that I can remember.
Yeah,
He thought Lukey was from ESPN.
Yeah.
Folks, if you're just joining us, and we are only 15 minutes into the telecast, so it is totally understandable. This is a Division IV semifinal game in the Central Division. So the winner of this game will play the winner of Tantascwa and Groton Dunstable. That'll be next weekend, hopefully Saturday, but we don't know yet. Hopefully on FATV, but we don't know yet. But they'll play. And the winner of that game will go to Gillette sometime after Thanksgiving.
No, they have to play another game before Gillette.
They have to play another game before Gillette.
Yes.
Dang it.
But we don't want to hurt the kids.
There's no Division IV in Western Mass, but they will play either the North or the South representative out of Eastern Mass before you go to Gillette,
I see. Okay.
which would be the weekend.
So only the Super Bowl is at Gillette.
Correct.
I gotcha. All right, first play of the second quarter is a handoff to Aiden Lee. He plunges forward, gets a couple yards, and I get to read company names very quickly because we do want to thank our football underwriters who help bring our telecasts to you here on FATV. They include North End Subaru Mazda, 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg. There's also Romano's Market, 138.
For a measurement.
Gives me more time. Romano's Market on 138 Harvard Street in Fitchburg. Thanks as well to the Nashoba Valley Medical Center found on 200 Rotten Road in Ayer. Red Apple Farm, 455 Highland Ave in Phillipston. Fitchburg State University, of course, headquartered at 160 Pearl Street in Fitchburg. IC Credit Union on 300 Bemis Road in Fitchburg. And, of course, the Grand Rental Station, 88 Massachusetts Avenue in Lunenburg. So the Chieftains did get the first down. They'll have a fresh set.
That also covered the over-under on the amount of measurements in tonight's game at 1.5, so that's 2.
They've already hit 2. We're
Already
30
covered.
seconds into the
Already
second
covered.
quarter.
What do you say?
Nashoba heads to the line, 1st and 10 for them at the Raider 33. DiGeronimo hands to his tailback. Flag comes in from the side judge.
Nice trajectory.
Good high arc.
We've only seen one pass thrown tonight. That might be the best throw we've seen all night.
Here's the
Going to be a hold against Nashoba.
Down to play. Hurley. Offense number 5. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first out.
Nick Ramasco guilty of the hold. It'll be a 10-yard penalty against the Chieftains. Call it now 1st and 20.
Puts the ball all the way back at the Red Raider 44.
Nashoba ran into a little bit of trouble on their first possession when they had a negative play on first down. Wound up turning it over. Now 1st and 20. We'll see DiGeronimo from the shotgun. Play fake, wants to keep it himself. He's dragged down.
Fool anybody on that.
Jesus Padilla and Sam Faulkner were all over Josh DiGeronimo.
You see Padilla coming from his defensive back spot up in the backfield very early, along with big number 73, Sam Faulkner. And they swallow up DiGeronimo for another loss of 6.
They had Joey Sabarin coming on the jet sweep. I don't know if that was a designed play action fake or another option play. It's the second time tonight we've seen DiGeronimo keep the ball himself and wind up losing yardage on it. It's now back to midfield, 2nd down and 26 for the Chieftains. Geronimo rolls to his right, throws over the middle, pass bounces, and is picked up by Jack Bonizali, but you can't do that. It's an incomplete pass.
It's a good play if you're playing first base, but DiGeronimo on the run, a little short hopper.
Yeah, just too low.
Yeah, would have been a pretty good scoop. But instead it is 3rd down. Nashoba needs to get all the way to the Fitchburg 24, and the ball is spotted right at midfield. You can see on your screen, Chieftains 1 out of 2 on 3rd down tonight. Sabarin goes in motion. DiGeronimo is swallowed just after he hands the ball off. He does get the handoff away. Connor Salmon the carry. Picked up about 10. Thought for a second that DiGeronimo didn't even get this away.
A lot of time Gianmarco Santiago guessed the snap count correctly. He was on top of DiGeronimo, who barely got the handoff away.
Fourth down, 18. Nashoba will kick it away. Chance to pin the Raiders deep. Bounces at the 25.
Saw the wind knock that ball right down.
Kicking into a fairly steady, although not terribly strong breeze. Flag at the far left end zone corner is, well, now it's dying just as I talk about it, of course.
Could be a leaf. We've had a lot of leaf problems.
We have.
It was starched, the flag.
All things considered, you know, considering where Nashoba was punting from, for the Raiders to get it on their 19-yard line, they have to be pretty happy with that. It could have been much worse.
Only did it out at a 31-yard punt. Actually, less than that. 25 yards.
Barasano, the fullback. Anthony Okendo, the tailback. Takes the toss. Goes straight up the middle. Picks up about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
I thought he got dinged up a little bit on that play, but apparently he's okay.
A quiet first half for Anthony Okendo.
Not much doing for him. I think that's his longest run in the night, and it was only 5 yards. Graham under center on 2nd and 5. Toss to Okendo. This time they try the left side. More there. He's got the first down. Thought for a second he was going to bust a big one there, but he only gets 6. Still enough to move the chains.
Little toss. Okendo up the middle. Kind of runs into the back of one of his own offensive linemen. Slowed him down.
Raiders out to their own 31. See there the Raider backfield. Okendo. Barasano's the fullback. Of course, Montgomery Graham the quarterback. Graham hands to Okendo on first down, and he gets a couple. Maybe.
34, maybe.
There's Okendo. And Shatner making the initial hit.
Chieftains have done a pretty good job bottling up Anthony Okendo tonight.
Picks up about 2.
We've seen that's been a tough task for some teams here at Crocker Field.
Not much there.
It'll be 2nd down and 8. 7.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Neither team has scored. High snap, Graham brings it down, hands to Okendo. He's got good blocking, shakes one tackle, and is brought down at the 37. And he's in some pretty obvious pain. But he gets back up. He's a tough kid. Stay on the field for third down.
I didn't see that very often, but that was the quarterback. DiGiorano was going to come up here and make this hit. Also playing safety. Breaks the tackle there. Looks like he's going to get a pretty good run, and then DiGiorano right on the left knee of Anthony Okendo for the tackle.
Third down and about 4. Wind is picking up pretty strongly now. And we got whistles and a flag right before the play.
Flag on the play.
First up, 73 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still stand out.
Sam Faulkner guilty of the false start there.
Penalty against Fitchburg is going to move the ball back 5. Speaking of ticket sales, don't forget the breakfast.
That'll make it
for the
3rd and
dance
9.
Will be happening Sunday, November 24th from
You were
8
talking about it earlier, Mike.
11:30
Penalties
at
have
the
killed the
Leominster High
Raiders
School
all
cafeteria.
season.
General admission,
Last week was really the first week where the penalties, for the most part,
$8.11.
they did a nice job last
And
week.
you can purchase tickets
That's true.
at Leominster High School, Fitchburg High School. Valley Law Office, Mayor Office.
Just about halfway through the second quarter here. Raiders facing 3rd down and 9. Graham from the shotgun. He's got Barasano to his right and Okendo in the backfield. Straight drop, wants to throw, chucks it long. It's incomplete. Barasano was running the angle route out of the backfield. Pass was just a little bit overthrown. Just a little early. And the Raiders will kick it away.
And the Red Raiders will punt.
Barasano had some room on the post, and Graham had time to wait. Tried to lay it out there, but it sailed toward the middle of the field.
About 3 yards away from it.
Joey Sabarin was on the defense there for Nashoba. Now Justin Kamasana will kick it away. It's a low line drive kick, almost over the head of Sabarin, but he picks it up on the run. Gets across the 40 before he is shoulder blocked down. Devin Barasano with a big hit. Dave,
I thought it was clean from up here.
Well, you were talking, Dave, about the chippiness between these two teams in their meeting 2 weeks ago. A little bit of aggression
Boys
there.
will be, like words of Coach Ed Sullivan, boys will be big boys.
Colin Dudek guilty of the personal foul. They say he hit a defenseless player. We'll take a look at it again. Dudek is number 46.
Relentless on every play.
It's not on the tackle.
No, it's away from the
Put his
play.
head down.
You can't really see
Not
it here.
even in the frame.
Somewhere away from the play. But, you know, if it's a defenseless player, you do want to regulate that kind of stuff out of the game. So
Absolutely.
we can't see it. We can't say it was soft. It does give Nashoba the ball, 1st and 10 now at the Raider 41-yard line. Chieftains have had excellent field position a few times tonight. They've yet to capitalize.
Whoa.
And we get motion and a
I heard
flag
a
before
whistle
the snap.
first. Was it first? No.
Going to be on the shoulder.
First up, 77 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still back out.
Joe Flannery, the senior. Never good when the first time you call an offensive lineman's name is when he commits a false start.
Back 5 yards, 1st and 15 now.
That'll be 1,000 laps.
At least in the old days in high school, you only knew who it was on film day who made the mistake, unless it was totally obvious.
Backs the Chieftains up now, 1st and 15 from the Fitchburg 46.
Good lead.
Aiden Lee the carry.
As I can see, it looked like first down
He
anyway.
gets back close to the original line of scrimmage.
It'll
Be about 2nd and 10.
Picks up about 5 on the play.
He gets behind some
Gonna be
pretty good
2nd and
blocking.
10.
The tackle pulling through the hole. Gets back with penalty yardage anyway, so we'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Chieftains.
First half.
This rapidly moving first half was Coming down to the 5-minute mark.
It is 7:30, and we're already more than halfway through the first half. Lee the carry on second down. Slips out of one tackle. He's speared down after a gain of 5.
I saw a flag go flying in that pile.
I thought so.
On the carry and the flag somewhere in between that.
We had mentioned earlier about flags and how they've been not that many, but we're making up for them now.
Personal foul. Shot block. Left guard and center. 15 yards penalty. Still taking out.
Chop block executed by the Nashoba offensive line. The left guard and the center. So we'll see if we can take a look at it here.
Ball goes
Trying to find a ball.
I didn't see anything.
to the 44-yard line.
I didn't see it
I
either.
didn't see anybody go low. I was.
Second and 25 for the shoulder.
That's a biggie. That's a 15.
That is. And it's from the original spot, so it'll be second down and 25 now.
3 high, low.
DiGeronimo, this pass is intercepted. Was hit at the line and kind of floated out of his hands, but it is picked off for the Falcons. Colin Dudek with the pick. Second turnover of the night.
Credit Gianmarco Santiago, though. He's in the backfield on top of DiGeronimo. Causes the ball to come flipping out. And Dudek with a nice one-handed interception. Pittsburgh will travel into Chieftain territory for the first time.
We remember Dudek a while ago. He seemed to always be in something years ago. And now.
First and 10 Raiders at the Nashoba 45-yard line. They go with the Maryland I formation. Okendo, the deepest man. He gets the pitch. Hit in the backfield, spins to his right. He's brought down after a gain of 3.
Brought down by number 5, Nick Ramasco.
Spin move avoids the loss in the backfield.
Second and 8.
Instead turns it into a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Ball at the 43-yard line.
Right there, one of the Chieftains got his hand on Okendo, couldn't bring him down. Turned it into a positive play. It'll be second and 7 for Fitchburg. 4 minutes to play here. No real need for them to hurry. They can run their offense. Play action. Graham keeps it himself. Now pitches to Barasano on the option, and Barasano is brought down. There was nothing Graham could do there, Mike. Nashoba had it defended very well.
Yeah, that play developed awfully slowly, and
That's going to bring up third down.
wouldn't have mattered what Graham did with the ball. He could have kept it or he could have pitched it. This play wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, Nashoba had all 3 options there. Fitchburg runs the old triple option. You've got Okendo, the first option, then it's Graham or Barasano.
3:26 in the half.
Graham went through his progressions fine, went to the last man he could, but there was nothing there.
You know, just a whole host of white and green jerseys there waiting for the ball carrier.
Now third down and 10 for the Raiders. Graham straight drop, under pressure. Now steps up, tosses to his left, pass is incomplete. Hit Brian Rivera right in the chest. It wouldn't have been a first down, it only would have been a gain of a couple. Pass fell incomplete.
Brings up 4th and 10. Alisana on again.
This pass had some mustard on it.
And back to Joey Sabora, number 9.
Graham forced to pull the ball down, scramble up, and looked like Rivera had slipped before the ball got there.
Justin Kamasana to kick it away. Punting with the wind. Bounces at the 15. This is going to take a Raider roll. That ball is going to be down inside the 5 at about the 3-yard line. A fantastic punt by Justin Kamasana. Pins the Chieftains inside their own 5-yard line.
So another punt returner standing around a ball rolling around.
I don't get it,
I don't
Mike.
get it.
I'm with
If you're
you.
not going to catch it, get the hell out of the way.
Nothing good can happen for a return team if you're hovering around the ball. We saw that. Was it last week? The Raiders lost possession on that?
And it almost happened again later in the game. It set up with the Westboro at the 1-yard line to give them a 2-touchdown lead.
Instead of trying to do something late in that half, late in the corner.
Show with 2:53 on the clock.
Both teams all 3 timeouts as well. DiGeronimo under center. Hands to the fullback, and he is dragged down. I think they're going to give him forward progress to the 1.
Yeah, I think he was out of the end zone.
Raider defense wanted a safety because they threw him backward into the end zone. But he did get across the goal line, if only for a moment.
Not by very much, but
Right about the 1.
gave it to the fullback, but he's swallowed up. Yeah, he was out of the end zone before.
Yeah.
12 now.
Shartner got the carry. He was pulled backward by Faulkner.
Faulkner in
I
the
tell you,
left
Mike,
lane.
if the same play happens, it will be a safety because that was a loss of 2 yards. Nashoba does not have 2 yards to lose.
We'll see if they try to run any trickeration down here or if they just run straight ahead and kick the ball. 2 plays and then try to kick it away.
Second down, 10. They do hand to the fullback. This time it's Salmon, the ball carrier.
And I would expect Pittsburgh to take a timeout here to try to save some time.
Pittsburgh, their first timeout.
And they do just that. They take their first
Second timeout.
time out of the half with 1:59 to play.
39.
They'll set up third down and about 8 for Nashoba. They still have to be very careful because the ball's only at their own 5.
This play did get him a couple yards breathing room out to the 5-yard line.
I almost think, Mike, the play is to just do that again, hand it off to Sam and hope he gets 2 or 3 yards. Because if you lose yardage here, even if it's not a safety, you're snapping the ball back to your punter with a shorter field. And who knows what can happen from there.
Well, you would figure with the win situation, if Pittsburgh, if they can hold them here and make them punt, they should come out of this with excellent field position.
Wind is pretty still right now, but what little there is blowing in the face of the Chieftains. And as I speak, it picks up. It is a cold night in Fitchburg. Nashoba faces 3rd and 8 from their own 5. Salmon is the tailback. DiGeronimo keeps it himself. He is upended at about the 6-yard line. That time, Mike Nashoba didn't even hand it off.
Yeah, that's the epitome of conservative right there.
That is the we absolutely positively cannot lose yards on this play.
And a timeout for the Red Raiders. 1:54 to play in the half.
He's just trying to get as much yardage as he can. There's no thought to picking up the first down, pitching the ball, absolutely none of that.
The ball's on the 5. The show will be punting out of their own end
This
zone.
year's team.
Gotta think the Raiders will have it definitely in Nashoba territory. Hopefully, if you're a Fitchburg fan, inside the 40. They'll have about a minute and a half and a timeout.
Clearwater Real Estate.
We'll see the thinking here of the Fitchburg coaching staff. Do we go for the block?
Just to mention a few
Or do we try to
others,
set up the
Halstead
return?
Flanagan Insurance Agencies.
Fitchburg does have a punt return touchdown on the season. They won a game here.
Lemonster Credit Union. Montoya Oil and North
All
End
sorts of
Subaru
trident
and
designing going on now. What do you do?
I'd set the return up.
I think they're going to set the return up.
Looks like he can hit the ball pretty well.
They've got a blocker at about the 25-yard line, plus they have Rivera set up at the 40.
No, I did. I tried to do that last year, and I put it in there wet and it started getting molded. So I won't ever do it again.
Kick is away. That is a
Popped it up.
high, short kick.
Oh,
Get away.
Bounces at the 25. It's finally picked up at about the 34-yard line.
so they had a little trade-off there, and I went to the. That goes to Pittsburgh, in my opinion.
You can see there on your screen at halftime, Tantascwa leads Groton Dunstable 20-8. So if that score holds, the winner of this game will play Tantascwa for the Division IV Central Championship. Somebody's got to score first.
They moved the ball up to the 35-yard line.
Graham pumps, wants to throw long. It's covered. Now he's got to improvise. Scrambles right, throws long, passes high and incomplete. He was trying to hit Donovan DeLeon. I think the original play call was the pump and go to DeLeon along the right sideline. DeLeon is hobbling. He'll head to the sideline. See there, Donovan DeLeon, the intended receiver, on the last play.
Graham does a nice job here keeping this play alive. The original pass isn't there. Scrambles away from the heat. He gets drilled at the end of the play. Unfortunately, this one goes high, and then
Closest defender to it was Josh DiGeronimo. He was ready to level De Leon. Gotta think the Raiders would kick 30, maybe a 35-yard field goal. But that's a ways away. Second down, 10. Graham rolls to his right under pressure, gets a block from Okendo, and he's shoved out of bounds after a gain of about 4.
Kind of ran into his own man.
Ran into a lot of his own men. They were on his sideline.
okay, it'd be a 47-yard field goal from here. That's
a little
asking
ambitious.
much. Yeah.
It's ambitious. You need at least one first down.
Yeah, you need another 5, 6, 7 yards. He does have the wind at his back. And
Fitchburg has yet to pick up a third down tonight. They face 3rd and 6 from the Chieftain 30. Raiders can't quite get on the same page, trying to get their receivers set. Now Graham wants to throw left. He does throw left. There's a flag down. The pass is incomplete. Flag was thrown by the referee before the throw. It's usually a hold, and that's his indication.
Yeah.
So I think Nashoba's going to decline this penalty.
Hey, we had a flag, so let's see what's up.
I don't know if they decline this.
You think they'd take the yardage over 4th down?
Starting play, Hurley, offense, number 64. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
It's only 4th and 5.
I guess. I mean, it's pretty obviously 4-down territory. Like, the Raiders are gonna go for it.
Nashoba brings up a 4th and 6.
Couldn't see the hold there. Pass was a little high as well. He was trying to hit Latrell Bodie.
For the most part, Graham's been high all night with his throws.
He's probably going to have to throw it again here. 4th and 6. Nashoba does have all 3 of their timeouts, so if they get a stop here, the opportunity exists for them to put points on the board before halftime. And it is also worth mentioning the Chieftains will get the ball to begin.
Pittsburgh, their 3rd and final timeout of the first half.
To begin the 3rd quarter. And Nashoba is the beneficiary of an interesting decision. Fitchburg takes their 3rd and final timeout. So if the Raiders pick this up, they can only stop the clock as the chains move.
Yep. But they do have 121 is plenty of time with no timeouts that close to the goal line. But
Now, Mike, I got a question. What contracts do we have to sign, and whose palms do we have to grease to be able to put a camera on the field 2 yards away from the huddle during the game? That is an impressive deal. I want that deal for FATV. I want that deal for us.
I don't know.
It's a good deal.
The MIA may want a lot of bucks.
Well, we can offer them lucrative underwriting opportunities.
They don't underwrite nothing. they want the money. They don't want to be giving it away.
4th down and 6. Neither quarterback has completed a pass on the night. Graham will not try here. He runs the option for Okendo, well defended by the Chieftains. They push him out of bounds after a loss of 3, and the Raiders turn it over on downs.
They kind of pitched that out to really nobody for a second there.
They haven't been able to get wide so far tonight.
No,
the
they
Shoba's edge defense has done a nice job of stretching those running plays out and giving Oquendo nothing to cut back on.
Ball at the 32-yard line. Minute 14.
And we'll see what Jamie Tucker wants to do here with a $114 and 3 timeouts.
There's very little to lose in going for it. You know, you do risk turning it over, and Nashoba's done that twice tonight. Their defense has proved capable of stopping the Raiders should that happen.
Come up with trips on the far side.
DiGeronimo looks to the near side. Pass is incomplete. It was intended for Jack Bonazzoli. And if you had sometime in the first half in your when will there be a completion pool, it's not looking good for you.
It's like a butt kiss right now. Try to run the slant, hit him to number 10.
Kind of went after anybody. There's nobody there.
Pass was a little high.
Bonazzoli, yep. Try to go up there with one hand and bring it in. Couldn't do it.
Now second down 10,
Ball to the
trouble on the
ground.
snap. I think DiGeronimo fell on it.
Ball on the ground momentarily. DiGeronimo with the recovery.
And now having thrown an incomplete pass and lost yardage, the Chieftains don't want to stop the clock. I think the Raiders, well, the Raiders can't. They have no
Pittsburgh can't,
timeouts.
nope.
Ball to 31.
So all of a sudden for Nashoba, it's let's just line up and take a knee and go to halftime, boys.
There it is.
And they do just that. So, in what has been maybe the quickest half of high school football I've ever seen, we will go to the locker rooms with the score nothing. Nobody scored. Nashoba looked downright competent on offense at times, but only at times.
That'll be a very short highlight package.
There's not much.
Yeah, that's about it.
I think the longest,
But that's the way it's been this whole game.
I think the longest play of the night is about 10 yards. You know, the Raiders took a couple shots downfield.
Yeah.
Nothing came of it. Their defense made a couple big stops, got some turnovers.
Halftime entertainment tonight.
I think Fitchburg's got to be happy with the way their defense is played, but well, you folks at home can make the decision. We'll take the break along with the teams as they head to the locker rooms, but don't go anywhere. We've got the third quarter coming up soon. It's playoff football right here on FATV.
$8 general.
We are back here at Crocker Field for the 2019 MIAA Central Division number 4 semifinal between Fitchburg and Nashoba. And if you only want to watch for the scoring, well, you've missed nothing. We are 0-0 at halftime. It has been a very good game. We'll have some halftime highlights for you in just a moment. But first, of course, we want to thank the football underwriters who bring this and every football telecast to you here on FATV. First of all, Nashoba Valley Medical Center, 200 Groton Road in Air. There's also Romano's Market, 138 Harvard Street here in Fitchburg. Grand Rental Station, 88 Massachusetts Avenue in Lunenburg. North End Subaru Mazda, 757 Chase Road, also in Lunenburg. The Red Apple Farm, 455 Highland Ave in Phillipston. Fitchburg State University, 160 Pearl Street here in Fitchburg. And, of course, IC Credit Union, found on 300 Bemis Road in Fitchburg.
And I have to put something out there for the excuse me, The concession stand opened tonight by Mr. Cucchiera.
Doing fantastic work as always.
Go have a Crocker dog. You'll love it.
If you're in Fitchburg, we absolutely encourage you, come on down. There must be a winner here, folks. You're going to see some good football. Get yourself a dog at the
thank
concession
you.
stand.
Hey, you got that. You got that. Sorry about that, but there he is.
They're doing pretty good business now.
They're doing
It's
very,
halftime.
very busy, yeah. Of course, all the proceeds go to the band.
Coffee and hot chocolate, I'm sure, very popular tonight.
Very
I
popular.
had one real good. Yeah, very good.
I imagine the steak and cheese is selling well.
They're doing very well, yes. Yeah. And I can't believe the people that are here for this. As you look around, you know,
There's an offensive
a lot
fest.
more people than.
There's almost as many. There are more people in attendance than
Yeah.
there have been yards gained in the game, which you can't always say about football games here at Crocker Field. You can see there the big zeros at the top of your screen with the scores, and also the big zeros in terms of passing yards. Neither quarterback has completed a pass tonight. Nashoba Mike has looked a little better in terms of moving the ball. You see they've picked up, 7 first downs. They've got the 54 rushing yards. But the big number to me at the bottom right of your screen there is the 2 turnovers. And we actually have a highlight package that'll show off both of those turnovers that have killed Nashoba's promising drives.
Yeah, most of those first downs came on that first drive. This was the end of the first drive where they turned the ball over inside the Fitchburg 20.
Yeah, they had it in the red zone.
Yep. And then the interception right before the first half. Nice play by just Dudek.
Colin Dudek with the pick there.
That was a long highlight package there.
And Nashoba will get the opportunity to hang on to the ball as they start the third quarter. Good blocking. The ball is loose. What did I say about hanging on to the football? Nashoba does fall on it.
Change the ball, and it's got to be the Red Raiders.
That was almost a huge break for Fitchburg.
Well, it is cold, and that ball gets hard and slippery when it gets cold out. But a nice hit there right on the football. Fitchburg almost had a shot, but number 12, James Borsari, was Johnny on the spot for the Chieftains.
All together now.
But you look at your roster all at the same time.
Josh DiGeronimo, the junior quarterback for the Chieftains. Fake the pitch. Hand off to Aiden Lee. He's got nothing there. Runs into a boatload of Raiders. Dylan Arujo, Colin Dudek leading the assault. Sam Faulkner was there, as he is on seemingly every play.
Things starting to get a little watch out.
Getting a little tense.
In the game 2 weeks ago, Fitchburg didn't allow Nashoba a first down in the second half.
2 weeks ago in Bolton, Fitchburg scored 16 unanswered points in the second half to win that game 16-15. Chieftains have played 4 full quarters without scoring against this Raider defense. Now they run the option right. Ball winds up in the hands of Kenny Frommer, his first carry. And Frommer's only got a yard. Saw Fitchburg run the triple option on their last possession.
Nice play. Beautiful.
I think that's what they busted out here. Gains just a yard, though. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9. You can see there, Nashoba 1 out of 4 on 3rd downs tonight, and that actually makes them the more successful offense.
In quotations.
Relatively. All success is relative. Frommer in motion, but the handoff goes to Shartner. Straight up the middle and absolutely nothing doing there. Sam Robichaux leading the assault.
Another late flag.
After the play is over, dead ball, personal foul, 15 on the offense. 4th down.
Trevor Shartner, guilty of gaining no yards on the carry, guilty of losing 15 on the penalty.
Well, that was a real conservative call here on 3rd down and 9 out at the 40-yard line. Schottner pretty much up the middle. See at the end here.
Comes out of it, has a little bit of trouble getting up. He's not too happy.
Wow, I didn't see anything there. That was,
Well, he gets away, and then he kind of shoved a guy off of him, but really, that's
let the boys play.
it's a little much.
This is a playoff game.
4th down, Nashoba will kick it away. High snap, taken in a low line drive kick. This is gonna go less than 20 yards, and now there's a flag down as well.
And you get a flag, and you get a flag.
I think they might actually get the Raiders for a block in the back here. In all the confusion of the low line drive kick. Jack Bonazzoli is the punter, did a good job getting that one away.
Personal foul. Dead ball, late hit. Number 3, return team. 15 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
Latrell Bodie guilty of a late hit. Takes away some of the great field position. This is at the end of the play. Bodie is number 3. He's on the far left of your screen. They're calling that a late hit?
Whatever you want to call it, it's why are you doing it? It's like
He definitely shouldn't do it.
why?
My quibble is basically a 5-yard quibble because I think it's a block in the back rather than a late hit because the ball wasn't dead yet. But still, you shouldn't do that, Latrell. Fitchburg now 1st and 10. Anthony Okendo gets the pitch. He gets basically nothing. Fitchburg held scoreless in the first half. That's the 6th time in their last 7 games. Actually, excuse me, it's the 5th time in the last 6 that Fitchburg has scored 0 points in the first 2 quarters. This time Okendo wrapped up after just a gain of maybe a yard. Anthony Okendo, 8 carries, just 16 yards for him in the first half.
It looks like Nashoba said, okay, Okendo's not going to beat us. You're going to have to beat us with somebody else.
Devin Barasano the carry on 2nd down.
That looked like he was just ready to go, and I couldn't get into that second area. You watch him.
Gets good initial blocking, follows his lead blocker Liam Spencer, but he is ultimately speared down by Connor Salmon, the sophomore linebacker. Now Fitchburg will face 3rd down. They are yet to have a conversion tonight. Still, neither team has completed a pass. 3 men in the backfield for the Raiders. Okendo gets the pitch, shakes some tackles, gets a block. He turns upfield. Anthony Okendo is into Chieftain territory across the 30 and finally guided out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Anthony Okendo with the biggest play of the night for the Raiders, breathing some life into the Fitchburg offense.
Oh, a late flag again.
Flag is all the way back at the 43-yard line, close to the line of scrimmage.
I believe it's going against the Chieftains. Yep.
Personal foul. Tripping on the defense. Half the distance to the goal.
Wow, they're pulling out every call tonight. All we need is a cross-check and a slash, and we'll have them all.
We've seen a chop block called. Now we have tripping.
We won't see the penalty because it happened way behind the play. Quendo, for the first time tonight, gets some running room. Nice seal-off block there.
It's a great block by Barasano.
Yeah. Quendo off to the races down the sidelines. Add on the penalty yardage to the end, and Fitchburg inside the 15-yard line for a first down.
Maryland I for the Raiders. Devin Barasano gets the carry on 1st down. He is spun down hard after a gain of about 3. It was Chad Hinckley with the tackle.
Hinckley following up on the final tackle.
See right there, Hinckley was well blocked. Also, DiGeronimo, the quarterback.
Barasano right behind big number 52, the front of that stacked eye, Liam Spencer with the block.
It's a gain of about 3 for Barasano. 2nd down, 7 for the Raiders at the Chieftain 10. This time Okendo, nothing straight up the middle, bounces left, trying to turn the corner. He loses, he's brought down after a gain of 3. Officials say the ball was down before it came out. Hinckley picked it up.
You got to take a 3 here. Somebody, right?
Take a look at it again.
So it's third down.
Grendo bounces it to the outside, and now it's just his speed against the defense of Nashoba. And that ball was out before he...
I think so, Mike.
that ball was definitely out before...
That's a break for the Raiders.
Sunday, we'd see the old challenge flag come flying out, but
Uh-huh.
Wow.
not here. Thank God.
A huge break for Fitchburg. Now 3rd down and 3. They look to capitalize. Barisano straight up the middle. He is close.
And they're going to rule him down.
He's got the 1st down, but he does not yet have the touchdown. It'll be 1st and goal just inside the 1-yard line.
That ball came
Rolling on the
out.
field, the runner was down. 1st and goal to 1.
Barisano reaches after he hits the ground. That ball comes loose again.
Take a look at this one again.
Barisano right up the A-gap. When he bounces forward and reaches, the ball comes loose.
I think that time he was pretty clearly down
Yeah.
before it came out.
Yeah, it looked like the elbow hit.
Now 1st and goal inside the 1. Plenty of motion.
Oh, wow.
I think they're going to get the Raiders for a false start.
Full start. On the offense, the whole right side. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Wasn't just one player, it was the entire right side of it.
Penalty on the Red Raiders.
They don't like allowing counts on the 1-yard line. Get up there and snap the ball.
Sam Faulkner, the right guard. Stone Scacchetti, the right tackle. Both guilty of the false start there. Tangentially, that is a heck of a name. Stone Scacchetti. I love it. Unfortunately, brings it now to 1st and goal from the 6. Stacked eye, Barisano blocking for Okendo. And Okendo's got just a couple.
Window on the carry.
Nick Ramasco in on the hit for the Chieftains.
Number 5 for the Chieftains. With 2nd and goal. Inside
Trying to
the
find some
5-yard.
running room.
Just shy of the
Not
4.
much. Does get a couple yards down to the 4.
Fitchburg has been the beneficiary of a huge break. By all rights, they should have turned the ball over. The officials ruled Okendo down, gave him the chance to retain possession. Now 2nd down and goal. Barisano straight up the middle. He is in. Touchdown, Raiders!
Took a while. Kind of lost it in the pile.
Devin Barisano from 4 yards out puts points on the board for the first time. The confetti flies here on the near sideline.
That must be, there must be some MIA regulation against confetti.
I'm sure that there's absolutely.
Justin Kamasana on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up. It is beautiful. 5:17 to play here in the 3rd quarter. For the first time tonight, we will hear from our good friend, Mr. Touchdown.
To far him out.
Hopefully.
Here is the touchdown. Barisano in a big pile, keeps those legs churning, and he dives forward into the end zone.
Great big cheer. Devin Barisano is the hero of that drive, at least. A 4-yard rushing touchdown gives Fitchburg the first points of this game. Now it's on Nashoba. Try to get back in it.
Fitchburg going with the wind here in the 3rd quarter. Barisano, see if he can launch this one.
Good kick by Kamasana. Taken in at about the 11-yard line by Sabarin. Flag comes in behind the play. Sabarin is brought down provisionally at the 33, but that
Third and
will
one.
change.
Block in the back. Return team number 10. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First out.
Jack Bonazzoli guilty of the block in the back. He is number 10. We'll see if we can spot it here. Right there.
Oh, that's
It's pretty clear. He put his hands on the man's back and then he pushed. It's a block and it's in his back.
These guys, I guess this crew's from Worcester.
Oh, wow. Blatant.
They remind me, remember when they used to bring the college guys in to do the Fitchburg Leominster game
yeah.
on Thanksgiving?
Yes,
There'd be
sir.
a flag fest every year when they brought the college officials in.
Aiden Lee goes in motion. Play fake to him. First down handoff goes straight up the middle. I believe this is Trevor Shartner. He is unfortunately under a pile of about 10 dudes.
Tackled by the entire Fitchburg defense.
It's actually Connor Salmon who got the carry.
Rujo in on the tackle along with a couple of the Red Raiders.
You know, when everything goes well for Nashoba, Mike, it really works. You know, run the ball up the middle, gain 3-4 yards at a time. But if one little thing breaks, the Chieftain offense hasn't been able to adapt.
This is the similar pattern of the last game as Fitchburg just wore them down as the game went on and controlled the line of scrimmage.
Lee in motion again. This time he does get the carry on the jet sweep. Try to turn the corner. Mostly does so successfully. He's got a first down. He's brought down at about the 35-yard line.
First down, first and 10.
It's actually the same. This was the first play of the game. Nashoba ran the jet sweep with Lee in motion.
Aiden Lee was the closest thing Nashoba had to an offensive threat in the first half. 8 carries, 37 yards. Haven't seen that much of him since. Chieftains may look to get him back involved in the offense. Again, you see there the stakes. The winner of this game will go on to play the winner of Tantascwa and Groton Dunstable, which for all rights looks like it's going to be Tantascwa. DiGeronimo play fake on third down, wants to throw to his right. He's got a man wide open. Bonazzoli brings it in. The first reception of the game for either team gives Nashoba a first down in Raider territory.
There it is. Putting flying forward the opposite side, throwing up there.
Bonazzoli got lost down in the far side.
He was there.
D. Jones was the closest man to him. See there for DiGeronimo, it took him 10 tries, but he finally did get a completion. Now a fumble on the snap. DiGeronimo trying to make something happen. He's actually going to. Picks up a couple of yards. Looked for a second there like he was just going to fall on it, but nobody tackled him. He picked up 2 or 3.
Trouble on the exchange, and then
Down.
he's gonna duck right here. And Fitchburg player's gonna miss him.
Didn't get much, but it's better than nothing.
Got about a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
Anthony Okendo, Latrell Bodie in on the hit for the Raider defense. 2nd and 8 for the Chieftains on the Fitchburg 40. Salmon in the backfield. Motion and flags before the snap. For Nashoba, it's turnovers. For Fitchburg, it's penalties.
Offside. On the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So 5 free yards for the Chieftains. Penalties have been I think after that pass, they're not quite the greatest contributor to the Nashoba offense, but it's very close.
Been a big help to most of their offense tonight. Penalties have gone against both teams. That wind right now howling pretty good.
Strong breeze blowing right in the face of the Nashoba Chieftains. 2nd down, 3. Aiden Lee gets the carry. A flag comes in. Lee's got the first down, but we will check the foul for the 37th time tonight, Mike?
It's a lot.
Is that about right?
I'm gonna guess this is a hold.
He was neck to, face to
During
face.
the run, holding. Offense, number 44. 10-yard penalty. And a spot of foul, still second down.
Connor Salmon guilty of the infraction. So instead of a first down, it'll be second down in a while. We'll see if we can spot it here. Salmon is number 44. He's at the bottom left of your screen, and you see pretty clearly, actually, he had a big handful of Jesus Padillo's right shoulder. Pretty telltale sign. You see the jersey move that much, Mike. That's a pretty clear
He got
hold.
out, as they say on Sunday, he got outside of the framework.
Now more trouble on the snap. DiGeronimo just falls on it. It's a loss of 20? Let's say 20. Nashoba has had all kinds of trouble with the snap, with the handoff. In a way, they're lucky they haven't lost the ball more times than they have.
That wasn't high. It was
crooked.
way wide.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see high snaps a lot of the time, and sometimes you see like a good snap that goes right through the quarterback's hands. I think that's the first time I've seen a snap that far to the right. It was like American politics, it was so far to the right.
Wow.
Third down, 25 now. DiGeronimo throwing long. Pass is incomplete. He was trying to hit Bonazzoli. D. Jones on the coverage.
Previous statement was not a paid political announcement.
I didn't endorse a candidate.
Had him open down that sideline. Tried to float it under so he could run underneath it, but
Dropped it right in there.
ball kept drifting to the right, and he couldn't make the catch over the shoulder.
So now on 4th and 25, another difficult snap. This time the punt is away.
And they do it again.
Raiders refuse to get away from the poisonous ball.
Run right to it.
It's like they're playing Minesweeper, except they're like, how close can I get to this without exploding?
What's Minesweeper?
Oh, come on. You have used a computer at some point in your life.
I have.
Minesweeper is the game that has been on every computer since forever.
Okay. Some of us use, our computers at work for work. We don't.
Oh, well, okay. Then you wouldn't know about it.
I don't. I was only kidding around with you.
Raiders have it first down at their own 25-yard line. Okendo gets the carry. Not much doing there for him. I think they had Okendo lined up as the fullback that time. Yeah, they had him as the second man behind Spencer. Usually he's the deep tailback.
Yep.
Well, he hasn't been able to get much going. Tried a little bit of a different look, but still nothing.
Had that one long run that busted open the last drive, along with the penalty on the end of it.
Now second down and 10. This is probably the final play of the third quarter. Okendo's into the second level. He's got a first down. Anthony Okendo with the 17-yard run. Stop the clock, move the chains.
8 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Over the left side, nice downfield block, clears the way. Okendo out to the 43-yard line, and we'll go to quarter number 4.
So Fitchburg is on the board at the end of the third quarter. They have the lead and the ball as we enter the final period. But before we do, we want to thank one more time our special football underwriters. And they include the Grand Rental Station, which you can find on 88 Massachusetts Avenue in Lunenburg, Romano's Market, 138 Harvard Street here in Fitchburg, Nashoba Valley Medical Center, 200 Groton Road in Air, North End Subaru Mazda, 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg, Fitchburg State University, my alma mater, headquartered at 160 Pearl Street in Fitchburg, IC Credit Union, 300 Bemis Road, also right here in Fitchburg, and last but not least, Red Apple Farm, 455 Highland Ave in Phillipston. Again, folks, the winner of this game will play the winner of Tantasqua and Groton Dunstable. The last update we had from them, Tantasqua had a commanding lead. of course, Dave, Fitchburg lost to Tantascwa here at Crocker Field earlier in the season.
That they did, and let's not say that we did.
First and 10 Raiders at their own 42-yard line. Stacked I formation behind Montgomery Graham. They give it to Anthony Okendo, and this time he only gets a couple. So now, Mike, for the Raiders, the name of the game is move the ball, move the clock.
Yep, ball control, first downs, and keep field position in your favor as long as you can.
Gain of just 2. We'll call it second down and 8. Just underway in the fourth quarter, 11:25 to play as Montgomery Graham takes the snap. This time it's a pitch to Devin Barasano. Makes something happen. He's got a first down and more. Barasano breaking tackles. He's still on his feet. Stiff arms a man and is pushed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Devin Barasano with a 24-yard run has the Raiders deep into Chieftain territory.
Here he comes. Couldn't hear any whistles or anything like that, but just kept on his feet.
Looked for a second, Dave, like he was going to be brought down right at the first down line, but he broke out of it.
Right.
We'll take a look at it again.
Yeah, impressively breaks some tackles here. Right here, it looked like he's going to be down, kept the legs churning, nobody wrapped up. That gets him an extra 10, 12 yards.
It's Veterans Day here at Crocker
You guys
Field,
blind?
11:11 to play. This time Okendo gets the carry. He gets a few yards. Raiders are moving the ball and watching the clock. I'm sure Nashoba fans are doing the same. Some pretty stubby fingernails in Bolton as we grind away the remaining moments of this one. Second down and 10. They rule that no gain for Okendo. This time Barasano from the fullback spot. He gains 7-8 yards. The Raiders are mixing it up, not so much with formation, Mike, but with the positioning of their personnel. Play to play, you don't know where Barasano and Okendo are going to be.
Yeah, it's been pretty obvious that the Nashoba defense has been keying on number 7 all night. And Barasano's really stepped up here in the second half to get Fitchburg some big plays. He has the only touchdown of the game.
This time Barasano is the second back, Okendo is the third, and Barasano is the ball carrier, and he is wrapped up. Brought down almost as soon as he took the snap. Chad Hinckley, the tackle.
Looked like this handoff was not crisp. Yep.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble.
Collision there.
Saw Okendo have to reach back to his right just to bring the ball in. It's fourth down and 3 now. The Raiders, of course, will go for it. It would be about a 38-yard field goal into the wind. That's a bit of an ask. Offense stays on the field. This time Anthony Okendo gets the pitch, and he is swallowed up. Nothing doing for him. The Chieftain defense holds. So Nashoba gets the ball back, down by a touchdown, with plenty of time left on the clock.
Toss sweep, Okendo. Again, Nashoba has him well covered. Nowhere to go. But Fitchburg does its job, gets some first downs.
They move to the ball, they move to some clock, and there you see it. It is a final score. Tantascwa with a dominating victory, 39-15 over Groton Dunstable.
Wow.
So the winner of this game gets that Tantascwa team next week. DiGeronimo will throw on first down. He wants it all, and he's about 10 yards ahead of his receiver. Jack Bonazali was running the streak. He had to run another 3, 4, 5 seconds before he would have caught up to that football.
he needed to tag off because he wasn't going to catch that one.
So while we have a second here between plays, folks, we want to let you know about our upcoming schedule. First of all, tomorrow, the 9th of November, is Senior Day at Elliott Field. Dan Bolak and Tim Foley will have the call. We know for a fact Thanksgiving morning will be here at Crocker Field. Beyond that, we don't know yet.
Next play here.
Aiden Lee gets the carry. And obviously any other broadcasts make a couple of assumptions. First of all, the Raiders have to hold on and win.
Yes.
Because we're not sending an FATV crew to cover Nashoba and Tantascwa. That's just not happening.
You can do it if you want.
I don't, so
Okay.
I won't. And
Well, we do know that Doyle Field is one of the host sites for next weekend.
Yes.
And Fitchburg being the #1 seed, you could maybe draw that conclusion, but
one would hope.
We're also dealing with that organization with the letters in it.
Foley Field in Worcester has also been discussed as a possibility.
Right. And they will say, well, that's closer to the mid.
It is 3rd down. Play action fake. DiGeronimo rolls to his left. Now throws, passes incomplete. It was in and out of the hands of Giovanni Moroni.
That ball put it right there. It was right there.
He had the victory in his hands and he couldn't bring it in. But it is a stop. It is a deflected pass. It's still 4th down and Nashoba's still going to kick it away.
Get pressure on DiGeronimo right away. Never like to throw the ball late across the middle, and Moroni was right there, just couldn't bring it in.
Great coverage by Moroni. He had to reach back and to his left. It would have been a very impressive catch if he had made it. Jack Bonazzoli on to kick it away. The wind has basically died. He gets off a high, booming punt.
Whoa.
It's brought in by Rivera at about his own 37. Trying to get some blocks, and he is still on his feet and finally tripped up after a return of about only 4 yards. So the Fitchburg offense, Mike, will come back out onto the field. 7:55 to play. They lead by a touchdown, and if you're a Fitchburg fan, you have to hope that the Nashoba defense is pretty tired right now.
Things have changed, haven't they, since halftime?
And Fitchburg has pretty much controlled the game
I think
since they came back out.
Yeah.
As they did 2 weeks ago.
This is what Fitchburg wanted. They have the ball and the lead. Nashoba's defense is cold and tired, and they have to get a stop. 1st down, Graham keeps it himself, running behind Okendo. It's not fancy, but it's effective. He's got about 5 yards.
Play we saw a couple times in the first half is Graham's going to ride Okendo right through the hole. Follow him. Picks up 6 yards on the play.
If I can put on my play call hat for a second here, Mike, I'm running a triple option again here. You know, it's a little later in the game. Nashoba's defenders are a little more tired. They might get a little more sloppy with their assignments. Maybe that pitch out to Barisano could prove a little more effective. Just saying.
We'll see if Tom DiGeronimo takes your advice.
You know, there is a reason I'm up here and he's down there, though. Okendo gets the carry.
So they go for the straight handoff.
Of course.
Fumble.
Loses the ball. And Nashoba has it. Anthony Okendo coughs it up. Jack Bonazzoli is the man who fell on it.
Do we have a flag or?
Okendo is down. He got leveled right before that ball came
Timeout on the
loose.
field.
I don't think that's a flag. I just think some of the Raiders are wearing orange shoes.
Well, I saw the referee walking over with a flag in his hand, but he tucked that away.
All right, we're going to take a look at this play again.
Wendell does a nice job here at the beginning of this run, picking his way through the defense, but then he gets kind of spun around a couple of times and the ball just falls out.
Bonazzoli leveled him, and then after Okendo spun away from him, he punched the ball loose. It wasn't Bonazzoli who fell on it. Couldn't see who it was, but it's a huge swing in momentum nonetheless. Now Shartner the carry on first down. He runs right into the Raider defense. Sam Faulkner, Sam Robichaux.
Give it to the up man. Shatner. But, no running room there at all.
Angel Rivera also in. Excuse me, that was Jesus Padilla, number 11, who made the initial hit. Trips receivers to the far side left. DiGeronimo will go shotgun, wants to pump and go, nothing there. Now throws over the middle, tipped in, incomplete. Was the second time tonight that Giovanni Moroni almost made a diving interception, but he does get the deflection again. This pass falls incomplete.
Well, first of all, DiGeronimo does a nice job here just to get the ball away. But again, throwing it back across the middle. And ball deflects away. To bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Chieftains.
They're at their own 47-yard line. Shotgun trips right this time. Throwback screen to the left is complete. Aiden Lee with the reception, but it's well defended by the Raiders. Picks up just a few. It'll be 4th down.
Well, decision time again here for the Chieftains. You got 4th down and about 7.
Ooh.
I would have thought at midfield,
Grabbed by the mask
midfield you might go for it here.
Well, you gotta think if you pin them deep and you get a 3 and out, you're gonna get the ball back with really good field position. I understand the decision. I don't necessarily agree with it, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. Ball rolling.
Oh.
And it is brought down inside the 1-yard line. The decision to kick goes about as well for Nashoba as it possibly could. Now, Mike, I know in the NFL, if the gunner or any other special teams player is in the end zone
when he touches it
and touches the ball, that's a touchback.
I think he did go into the end zone, but I believe before he touched the ball, he came back in and reestablished.
All right, so right at the end of the
Because
play
he is going to go in the end zone here, right there.
Yeah, he's definitely
Now he
in.
has to come out with both feet and reestablish, I believe. And I
Which
believe
he does.
He does.
Okay. So it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 1-yard line. Graham will just run a quarterback sneak and get shoved, and a flag comes in.
Jeez.
I mean, it is technically illegal to just shove a guy forward and hope it works.
No, it's
Everybody
not. You
always
could-
does it.
No, that rule's gone.
Ah,
You
well
could
then,
you could practically carry the guy down the field now.
We have aiding the runner on the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Still 1st down.
Is that a federation rule?
aiding the runner.
Because at every other level, you could push the guy all over the place. AKA the Bush push back in 2005, which was illegal then.
Okay, so the ball was spotted maybe with the nose touching the 1. And now it'll be spotted with the tail touching the goal line.
And yardage-wise, it's not a big penalty, but Pittsburgh got the ball up to about the 5-yard line, which was a big gain on 1st down.
I mean, it worked very well. You had a
perfect.
very large guy shove Montgomery Graham. It was just, illegal. Now they go handoff to the tailback Barasano, and he gets 3 yards the old-fashioned way. Fitchburg at least with breathing room. One thing also, Mike, after that penalty, the clock moved.
Yep.
So the Raiders wound up getting about 30 seconds burned off the clock before they had to run that 1st down play.
Yep, they should take the play clock right down to its maximum right now.
Both teams with all 3 of their timeouts. 2nd down and 7 for the Raiders. Nothing doing there. Devin Barasano, the ball carrier once again. On the whole, Barasano has been the more successful option. And of course, Anthony Okendo did have the turnover on their last possession. Saw Okendo a little shaken up. Do want to make mention that he's back out on the field.
So Nashoba's going to elect not to take a timeout here, and they're going to let the clock run. Should be down 3.5 minutes to go when Fitchburg snaps the ball here.
3rd down and 6 for the Raiders. This time Okendo gets the carry, and he has about as much success as Barasano has had. And there's the first timeout for the Chieftains.
Timeout. Nashoba. Their first timeout. The 30-second timeout.
3:24 to go in this one. Raiders about to kick it away on 4th down, leading 7-0. The winner of this game will play Tantascwa sometime next week, somewhere in Massachusetts. Hopefully Saturday in Leominster, maybe Friday in Worcester, maybe either of those. We really don't know. We'll find out on Sunday.
Maybe Tuesday in.
I hope not Tuesday. I'm
Air.
working on Tuesday.
We're pretty sure it'll be Friday night or Saturday,
Most likely.
and it will be in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Where?
It could be in Ware.
Could be
Is
in
Ware
Ware.
one of the neutral
I do
sites?
not believe it is. No.
Okay.
That's a long way out there. You got to have the artificial turf to be a site.
I see. So that is why there's absolutely no chance it's here at Crocker
You
Field.
are correct, sir.
4th down and 4. Justin Kamasana on to kick it away for the Raiders, kicking into a slight breeze. This is a very short kick, and it takes a Chieftain roll. It's only going to be about a 22-yard punt. Ball is dead at the 29-yard line. So Nashoba, Mike, gets a bit of a break. Excellent field position for them. 197 seconds left. They need a touchdown.
And the extra point.
And the extra point.
Or they could go for 2.
Or they could go for 2. You're very much correct. To be honest with you, if this game were to go to overtime, I like Fitchburg's chances, but that assumes some things as well. Aiden Lee gets the carry on 1st down for the Chieftains. Nothing doing to the left. He cuts it back right, and he gets about 5 yards out of the deal.
You've seen Lee take this play wide most of the night. This time he puts the brakes on. Does a nice job of stopping and cutting it back up inside.
This time he had 3 guys in red
Yep.
shirts blocking his access to the
He
outside.
was going nowhere around the corner.
2nd down and a long 5. Chieftains need to get just inside the 20 for a fresh set. DiGeronimo throwing to his left. Pass is underthrown, and it is incomplete. Intended for Jack Bonazzoli. All night, DiGeronimo only has 2 completions, one of them to Bonazzoli.
He's obviously been his favorite target all night. That ball was catchable, too.
Yeah, he just kind of had to fly in mid-flight, turn around before.
D. Jones
Try to grab
got
it.
there at the end, but
Nashoba just 1 out of 8 on 3rd down. That one was a completion to Bonazzoli, his only reception of the night. We hear the Fitchburg coaches upstairs
Timeout.
screaming for a timeout,
Pittsburgh.
and there it
Their
is.
first timeout.
saw the Red Raider defense shifting all over the place. And
I didn't even feel that.
coaches not taking any chances, call a timeout, get them set.
It's one of the advantages of the press box here at Crocker Field, guys. The only thing separating us from the Raider coaches is, some sheet of plastic and stairs. So
There's been some.
Please reset the game clock to 2 minutes, 44 seconds, please. 2:44.
Well, it says 15 now. 0.
Correction, 2:34.
2:34.
Do I hear 24? Sold.
221 wants one. 521 wants one.
I wasn't paying attention. Was the clock running after the
Yes,
after
it
that
was
last?
running.
Oh,
I could see it running. I'm saying, why
well,
is
if
the
it was
clock- why is
running
it
after the
me?
incomplete pass, that'll do it. All right, so we have the clock right.
Well, that's a part of the whole team advantage. You get running time during
No, you don't.
when you're not supposed to.
You absolutely do not. The Raiders have already gotten enough home cooking on this game. Nashoba should have had a fumble recovery on the drive where they scored the touchdown. It is 3rd down and about 6 for the Chieftains. Fake the pitch. Aiden Lee gets the carry running to his left. Shakes himself out of one tackle, but can't get away from Giovanni Maroney. He gains a couple of yards, but it will be 4th down. And I have got to think the Chieftains are going to go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
I think so, yeah.
He this time again tries to get around the corner. Again has to cut it back up inside. And Maroney hauls him down from behind. And now the Chieftains need 4.5 yards here.
4th and 4 for Nashoba. If they don't get it, their season is over. Salmon loses the ball. It's picked up by the Raiders. Giovanni Maroney with the recovery. Giovanni Maroney had 2 interceptions earlier in this game go through his fingers. This time the fumble recovery does not. Nashoba has had trouble with handoffs and carries all night. This time Salmon never gets a hold of it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, 56. Nashoba, 15 yards. First down.
Unsportsmanlike conduct added on after the play. It is pretty much academic. Trying to do the math here. Nashoba can stop the clock twice more. They have 2 more timeouts. If the Raiders do nothing but kneel, they'll have to snap the ball on 4th down with about a minute left.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep, they need a first down to run the clock out.
First down carry. The entire pile being pushed forward. It seemed like some aiding the runner. The umpire goes down. And we'll stop.
Nashoba.
Saw that on WWE the other night. The referee got inadvertent contact.
Oh, did you see that when Keith Lee pounced AJ Styles into the official? That was the best ref bump ever.
That's the umpire kind of going, oh, now I'm in trouble. Now I'm in trouble. Oh, down he goes.
All right, so it's a gain of 9. Nashoba took their second timeout. 1:39 to play. If the Raiders get the first down, that's it.
It's academic.
Pittsburgh's offense needs 1 more yard to give themselves a rematch with Tantasqua.
I saw the penalty. Could you put those penalty yards up just like again?
He threw it.
I know there's a lot of them.
It's an awful lot of penalty
Yeah.
yards. 2nd down and 1 for Fitchburg. 1 first down ends this game and moves them to the division finals. Devin Barasano's got it. Hangs on to the ball. Move the chains at the 40-yard line. Fitchburg needs to snap it.
Nashoba. Their final timeout.
Nashoba takes their last timeout because, you know, why not?
Because they can.
So Fitchburg must now successfully execute 3 kneel downs. And if they do that, they win.
I think we'll remain sitting here for until everything clears out. What do we got to lose? Right ask. Joe Pasacek.
155 total penalty yards in this game.
It felt like that. This actually surprises me that Nashoba has more.
Nashoba's had a few personal fouls. They did have one right after the back-breaking fumble recovery.
Pittsburgh had that many penalties in the last game.
Well, the Raider coaches just passed us here in the press box. They think this one's over. Nashoba's had enough trouble with snaps tonight. You don't want to say it's a guarantee. And there's one. Let's see, how tense can I make these two more kneel downs?
You're going to really have to work at it.
I'm going to try.
In control now.
Two more kneels. Fitchburg will get a rematch with Tantasqua.
Nashoba didn't even make it interesting. They didn't even come across the line.
Nope.
Which usually leads to a couple of
Yeah, we talked
dust-ups.
Yeah, we talked about it right at the beginning of the game, Dave. You were talking about how chippy it gets between these two teams on occasion.
They've been like that for a number of years. Going back to where we didn't do it all the time. There was a time that we would do it.
Nashoba, of course, last year did go to Gillette Stadium and won the Division IV Super Bowl.
That's the ball game.
They're going to run off just enough clock to say that's it.
It's going to ruin your third down run.
I know. It's the worst thing ever. Fitchburg has won. How now?
Let's hope anything. Dunn doesn't have play here.
That looks okay.
Adulation for Fitchburg. Disappointment for Nashoba.
More confetti, more smoke.
Confetti. It's a boy. We've had a gender reveal on the sideline. Blue smoke.
I thought we had a new pope.
Possibly.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'd like to thank you for Coach Woods. We'll see you later. We'll see you next week.
Hopefully.
The annual underwriting partners for FATV are Roadstone Bank, Workers Credit Union, Unitil, our friends at the hospital,
Health Alliance Hospital.
Mott, Fitchburg State University, Minuteman Press, the Sentinel and Enterprise, and Hub International.
And of course, we also want to thank our football underwriting partners one more time. They include Fitchburg State University, located 160 Pearl Street in Fitchburg, IC Credit Union, 300 Bemis Road in Fitchburg, North End Subaru Mazda, 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg, Grand Rental Station, 88 Massachusetts Avenue, also in Lunenburg, the Red Apple Farm, 455 Highland Ave in Phillipston, Romano's Market, 138 Harvard Street in Fitchburg, and Nashoba Valley Medical Center, 200 Groton Road in Air. See the final statistics there for the final time, Mike. The Raider defense was really good all night, and they absolutely controlled the second half.
Yeah, give credit to their defense. They keep Nashoba under 100 yards in offense for the night.
They forced 3 turnovers. It's not often that you can win a football game without completing a pass,
Nope.
but the Raiders did it tonight.
Neither team was an offensive show, but Fitchburg got the one that they needed and will come out of here with a 7-0 win.
Yes, they did, and they won. The second half of the game was going to be key, and was in the end, because in the second half they played very, very well, as they have for most of the teams all year.
Well, we talked about it. Fitchburg had gone 5 of their last 6 games scoreless in the first half, but they were on a winning streak. For Nashoba, 2 weeks ago, they went into halftime leading Fitchburg 15-0, and in the ensuing 6 quarters of play against Fitchburg, they've been outscored 23-0. They lost that game, and tonight they lost their playoff hopes. Fitchburg advances to the Division IV final against Tantasqua. Now again, folks, we know that game will be next week. We don't know if it's going to be Friday. We don't know if it's going to be Saturday. We don't know if it's going to be in Leominster or Worcester or my backyard of West Springfield. It probably won't be in West Springfield.
I wouldn't bet on choice 3.
Okay. Hopefully, hopefully it will be somewhere we can get to, at a time we can get to, and we will bring it to you here on FATV, but we absolutely do not guarantee that. What we do guarantee is
Stay tuned.
tomorrow it is senior day at Elliott Field. Dan Bolak and Tim Foley will have the call, and they will see you then. But for now, for Dave Clark and Mike Flynn, I am John Gergety. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time right here on FATV.